Hi, Taurus. So I really wanted to get your reading done today. And I just did Virgo's reading, and I don't really have a rhyme or reason of why I wanted to do yours immediately after, other than the fact that I started making my tea, and I'm using my aunt's coffee mug, the one that just passed away, and she's a Taurus. And it's one of her favorite coffee mugs, and you can tell, like, I actually swiped it from her from her kitchen. And it's such a cheesy coffee mug. It's like one of those where you get it like at the gift shop at the airport, because it says like Pensacola Beach on it. I mean, it's like one of those t-shirts really that you get that says, my friend went to Pensacola Beach and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. But she would buy things like this just because she liked the fish on it or something, you know what I mean? Like just something very, so random. And so I was making tea and using her mug, and I thought, oh, that's it. That Taurus energy, that's what it is. That's what I'm pulling in. And I know that you guys have been going through some things this month, and not like, yes, change is afoot. Uranus is playing games with your head, going direct and then retrograde, getting back to, 0-degree Taurus, going back into Aries. Then we're going to have to deal with being pushed back into your sign. It's a lot to take, and I know that you guys have a lot of changes going on, and I know you're having to make plans very quickly in order to keep up with the energy shifting so much. And that's not your favorite thing to do. Virgo season was probably really, really hard on you because being so critical on yourself while making these plans or trying to sort things out or trying to figure out what to do about certain situations. If plans fell through, you would beat yourself up. And I noticed this in several of my Taurian friends, and I would try to reassure them, it's okay, it's Virgo season, it's making you feel like this. We're really extra critical because, it's all about the harvest. And it's so funny because I got several comments on the Taurus video. Why are you talking about Virgo? Why? Because this season is harsh. We're coming to the end of it, and we're actually going into Libra, which is the sign that you share the same planet. You guys are both ruled by Venus. So things are going to be much easier coming up towards the end of September for you. I mean, and when I say easier, like, not that all of you are having it really, really rough, but it's been tense and it's been intense. We'll put it that way. It's been intense. And emotions have been running really high. Venus is in Scorpio right now. And when your planet is in a sign where it is very uncomfortable, you're like you guys aren't ones to explode. You're not ones to explode when it comes to being super emotionally. And if you do, it's in the privacy of your own explosion, kind of like a Virgo. Like, we don't show when we're really, really upset about things, right? We don't show a lot of emotion because we don't want other people to feel like they have to take care of us. And that's kind of an earth sign quality where we want to be the ones that are the stable, grounded, if you will. So yeah, I just talked for another 4 minutes. I do that. It's all for your benefit, though, because I want you guys to be able to finish off this season, this Virgo season, and get into Libra season, knowing that things are going to be okay. Things are working out the way that they're supposed to. There were a couple cards there that really wanted to come out, and they didn't. So let's just see what happens with that. Yes, things are changing. Things are needing to change. Life is kind of giving you some options where I need to make a decision, right? 2 of Wands. And the 2 of Wands for me in this deck is being comfortably stuck because he's tied to both wands, right? And you did have some plans in the beginning of September that you really weren't opening up about, you weren't talking about. You could be dealing with an Aries we have the Emperor, but it's like not, I don't feel control here, right? I don't feel like you're in control here. I feel like the universe has stepped in. You guys haven't had a tower. I can't even remember the last time you had a tower in your reading. And we talked about how that tower was very present at this time last year, over and over and over and over and over again. And it's almost like Virgo season is catapulting it to come back because you've been way too hard on yourselves. Way too hard on yourselves. And I apologize for the season. It's about getting ready for the winter. You know, and it's very hard when we're supposed to be getting ready for the winter and we're just beating ourselves up. You know? So even if you don't feel like you're in control right now, you could have a Scorpio or an Aries in your life. I feel like it's like you are being forced to make decisions and you don't want to. You don't want to. You're being forced to have that inner strength and you're really trying to muster it up, but the inner conflict is like all consuming. And then we have the Strength card. And then that Five of Wands. You're like, I know that I need to. I know that I need to make these decisions. I know that I have no control over everything that's going on around me. I know that right now is kind of a standoff point in my life. Like, do I listen to what the universe is saying or do I go my own way? And then the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups could be one of two things. You could be internally battling because there's something you really, really, really want and desire, or you could be using, you could be overindulging in things in order to escape reality. Either way, you don't have control at this point. Because, and the reason why I'm saying that is sometimes we have to just let go of everything that is supposed to be happening to us or everything that's going to be happening to us and let it crumble. If you've been in a spot for far too long, if you've been comfortably stuck for far too long and you've been trying to control that situation and staying in that, this Tower will show up. And I don't want to lecture you guys because I don't think that you need it, but I don't want to coddle you either because I don't think that you need it. I think what you need to know is the harsh reality that it's time to, and I'm not even saying that you guys are being stubborn and not wanting to change. I think a lot of you are changing. It's just kind of going a little bit slower than the universe. The universe is like, no, we need to speed up now. And it might be really uncomfortable, but I'm going to give you the strength to be able to do it. So let's clarify these and go to the bottom of the deck. Two of Wands. Two. And these don't have to be the signs that you're dealing with. You may not even be dealing with anybody. I kind of feel like all of this is just really internal right now. Like everything that's going on, yeah, you have to decide what is the most stable point of action. The Eight of Pentacles represents the Sun in Virgo. How ironic, right? What a coincidence. Is it? Is it really a coincidence? You want to gain back control of what to do. Now is the opportunity because the Tower has shown up. As everything, and this doesn't have to be mass destruction. This could be just something extremely uncomfortable or even just a little bit uncomfortable. Something that just needs to change. It wasn't stable to begin with. The universe is saying the reason why the Tower showed up is for evolutionary purposes. The reason why the Tower showed up is because we have much better things for you behind it. And what is that? Stability, a new foundation, things that are really, really, really going to make you feel lighter. And you'll be able to take care of everybody in the process. And it doesn't have to be so hard. So if you've been resisting the change, that Tower is saying it's time to no longer resist the change. You've got to let go of control. right? And in letting and not being stubborn and letting go of control, the 10 of Cups is behind that. And then you can have control all over again when it gets to this point, right? But you have to, you're making space. You're making space for the universe to work. You could be with an Aries that is making you feel happy or comforted in some way. Or you could be trying to control the happiness. Or you could just be showing on the outside, this, or this could be like the identity that you want to create within you. I am happy. I mean, Aries is all about I am, right? I am happy. I am abundant. This could be a whole bunch of affirmations that you're doing. That was a specific message for somebody who's doing I am affirmations. So the Tower, that's great manifestation. If you guys said somebody's doing the I am affirmations, that's really great manifestation. So Tower energy, no, it's not fun, but it's so necessary. I just don't want you guys to beat yourself up in the Tower energy, because I know how harsh, being a fellow earth sign, I know how harsh I can be on myself. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, it's the cycle of the past that keeps coming back to you with the Six of Cups. There's something that needs to change because you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it just isn't working out. So within that, that's where this is kind of, to me, like that internal shift within you. It could just be a mental process. Like there could be old patterns that you put yourself in that just need to shift a little bit. Like the ideas need to shift a little bit. But I do feel like these are past things that keep on coming back. It's that nasty cycle that keeps happening with you guys. And it's not even, I don't even feel like the outside world is really affecting you. Yes, it could, I mean, and I mean like directly. I feel like this is such an internal battle with you guys right now. It's not even what your environment or anything like that are doing to you. I feel like this is just you beating yourself up in Virgo season and ready for it to be over with. Honestly, yeah. Having the strength to be able to make the decisions that you need to make for people. Having the strength to be able to juggle every single thing that you're doing all day long. And being okay with the effort that you're putting into it. And it coming out in a good way and not in a bad way. So 5 of Wands. See, and you guys have diminished yourselves in the process of beating yourself up. Whatever plans you were making, because remember we said we were keeping your plans quiet. Whatever plans you're making that you're keeping quiet and you're not bringing other people in, and you almost kind of like decided to take all of it on yourself. If it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to, you're really beating yourself up. And it's really, really diminishing who you truly are, because you're not a Page of Pentacles. You're the king. Like literally, Taurus represents the king, because kings represent the fixed signs. Taurus is the fixed earth sign. You guys are the King of Pentacles. So no shade to the women out there, but that's just the way it is. And if you're having to relook at things, it's because of past decisions that you've made or past opportunities that you've let pass by, and you tried to control the happiness in the past. So instead of trying to control how everybody else is happy, it's really time to build yourself back up instead of being so critical and beating yourself down. Because you're on the right path, regardless of what has fallen this month. You're on the right path to getting what you want out of life. And what you want is security and happiness and family and love and home. And, I mean, like that's everything that Taurus represents, is that safety and security. and stability. So instead of beating yourself up the second half of September, I feel like just a switch in your thought process could really help. You know? Yeah, because, so the King of Cups. So you could be dealing with a water sign. Somebody that can really, it's almost like, I don't want to call it a wish come true, but it's somebody that really, really helps push you in that direction. Somebody who's extremely intuitive, emotionally mature, not necessarily, don't let them be the ones that, I don't feel like they're the ones that are making you feel less than, if you will. Like, they're not the ones that are making you feel like a page. I feel like you're doing that all on your own. So we have the Knight of Swords, Judgment. There you are. The King of Pentacles. The Hanged Man. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Cups. The Hierophant. Jeez, the Fool. See, this is what I mean. Like, things are getting so much better. Oh my gosh. I could, like, do your whole October reading now, and it would be lovely. Seriously. This is a blip. A blip on the radar. Like, I don't feel this Tower energy needs to go into October. I feel like things from the past need to fall away. I feel like, maybe, man, with the, so whatever it is that you really, really, really have had to face about yourself, this was kind of like your call to action. With the Knight of Swords and Judgment, this was kind of like your call to action. Like, you really had to face some serious things about yourself and the way that you've been doing things. And, like, I'm not trying to beat you up in any way, shape, or form. There's no shade being thrown at you right now. I just feel like some of you really have had to, like, look within. And we all have to do it. We all have to evolve, and we all have to move forward. I just think that it's so reassuring to know that you guys recognize that. And that you guys are, because I don't want to see you get the Tower again and again and again and again and again in the next couple of months. I want this to be like celebration time. Even if, I feel like you're looking at things in a different perspective going into October. You have the King of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, yes, it can feel like a stuck state, but the Hanged Man is being enlightened, looking at things in a different perspective. Maybe having to make yourself very uncomfortable to look at things in a different perspective. But recognizing the gifts that the universe is offering you. Recognizing the gifts about yourself that the universe is offering you. All of that self-love that you can give, that you now have internally. Because aces, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups, those are gifts from the universe. We can't ask for them to come any quicker than they will. But we need to keep our eyes open and make sure that we're watching. Because I feel like these gifts are pointing you into a direction of celebration and new starts with the Fool and the Three of Cups. And stability with the Ten of Pentacles. Long-term stability. And the Wheel of Fortune. And the Magician. You know? And you guys are still holding on so tightly to this. And that's the thing, is I think right now your mind is so stuck on all of the stuff that crumbled and fell that you're not looking at the long term. You're just looking at the right now. You know what I mean? Because there's so many good things that come after a Tower moment. So pull yourself out of that. If you can. And if you can't, then ask for some help to pull yourself out of that Tower moment. Whatever that was for you. It could have been external, but I feel like a lot of this is internal. I feel like you guys are really building yourselves up. but you kind of had to take a fall first, you know, and I've been through plenty of falls this year, and having to pick myself up and brushing myself off. That's just kind of like how the evolutionary process works. We can't stay in one spot. We have to always be changing, right? And always be growing, especially if you are here to do big things. And I feel like a lot of my Taurus people are here to do big things. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of September. The soulmate readings you can get, the links are below in the description box. The soulmate readings for September by sign. You can get it through Vimeo, or you can go directly to my website and order them there. Also, I am scheduling personal readings for the first 2 weeks of October now, so you can check out my website there. And I love you guys so, so much. And please take good care of yourselves in September. I know it has not been super duper easy. So please take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys for October. Bye.